Hey guys, Thomas from Team Sakuraso here, and today I really want to talk about the sculpting problem in Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, I've been thinking about this for quite some time, especially because everyone has all these different thoughts and all this, so I want to take my time to ponder upon this topic, see how it's progressing with like what stores are doing, community reactions, all that, and then give you guys my final thoughts, especially because if you guys do not know, I actually already have a video about Walmart and Target basically stopping the income supply of trading card games when it comes to like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and I believe Digimon as well, because they're tired of people scalping. And if you guys watch my market watches, I even show videos where we see grown men now, and I mean it, grown men literally waiting at the Walmart doors, like 6-7 of them, and they'll just rush to the card thing. They're trying to put as many cards as they can. It's really ridiculous. But before we begin into this video, I do need to give you guys the definition of scalping. To put in my own words, scalping is essentially when someone tries to buy a bunch of sealed product and try to flip it for a return, and by scalping they usually go to a store and clear them out completely. So this isn't buying a case online, right, and then selling it. That's not scalping. I'm talking about going to specifically like a Walmart or Target, getting all the products that nobody else can get, so you can hold the monopoly of said product in order to sell more for profit, and flip it, which if you guys don't know what flipping is, it's getting a product to essentially sell back, right? This is not only really a Yu-Gi-Oh term for those who watch me just for Yu-Gi-Oh. This isn't even just a card game term. This is a term that's used in the business world quite often. I don't, some people flip stocks. Like, I'm not the best into flipping stocks, but I know about it a little bit, and that's what flipping is. So what do I think of this? And personally, I think the big reason why scalping is here as an issue is because of two huge things. And a lot of people like to say supply and demand, but first we need to look at supply, because that's what got hit first. Now, when COVID just started, this was, I believe, around Eternity Code. It was the next core set to release. They delayed Eternity Code as well for North America for about a month. I don't know if people remember that, but it was delayed a full month, and people were really upset by it. And when we got Eternity Code, we started not getting as much product. Scalping didn't really exist heavily then. It took a while longer for it to be, but because of how places were selling cards, and card shops were closing, you can't have tournaments, all that, stores started ordering less and less Yu-Gi-Oh product. Now, when I went to my local Walmarts, my local Targets, now they would have a lot of packs of the new core set, right? Because they expected people, and people might think this is not normal. People will go to Walmart and buy like 10 packs for fun, right? It's not the people getting 1, 2, or 3. Sometimes people like to buy 10 or 12. Sometimes people like to buy like 20, 30 even, or, not as often. People would just go to a card shop and then get a box most likely. But people like to buy a lot of packs sometimes. I know when I go to Walmart for my shopping trips, I like to get a couple packs, like 3 or 4, just for fun, depending on my mood. And now with, how card games are going, they expected a lot less people, sorry, my hair keeps getting in my face, to buy cards. So the supply was down for a long time, and the demand was about still relatively normal, right? A lot of people were holding a little bit because they didn't know how bad COVID was going to be and all that. But then all of a sudden we have this scalping problem. People really wanted cards, people were bored, and people got their stimulus checks, right? A lot of people who got their extra money started buying these cards. A lot of people who watched, and this is probably the biggest factor, a lot of people looked at the whole card game boom on YouTube, people like Logan Paul and other people. They're like, wait, I want to do this. So now they have all this money, and they see something on YouTube that they want to do. What are people going to do? What are the masses going to do? Of course they're going to go buy it. However, the supply not only cannot cater to this per se, right? Everyone who wants to buy like 20, 30 packs, but the supply was already cut in half. Now, I'm telling you this, let's say a Walmart got like 100 packs of the latest set, right? Usually in my Walmart, they would get about triple that, right? So they cut down by 2/3, some of them cut by half. I guess it depends on what store you go to. But now we have a cut supply and a ridiculous amount of demand, right? That went up. That is absolutely ridiculous, and nobody really could see this coming, right? So now you have people who can go to a Walmart, buy all the packs, just one person, right? I'm going to say one person on this, right? And they'll spend maybe like $100, $200, right? 200 something maybe. They'll clear all the of a certain Yu-Gi-Oh set, right? Maybe they clear Genesis Impact as well, right? Whatever. They have more than enough money to go to another store and do it. So one person right? Because people act like scalpers are like this huge majority group. No, the issue is that we've given them the power for one person to be able to scalp like 4 stores. That's the issue we've had. We have people like they're hitting all Walmarts and Targets within like X amount of radius, like an hour radius, a 2-hour radius, right? And one person, maybe even let's say 2, can clear all of this. If there's like 2 or 3 scalpers within that area, you bet your Walmart or Target's not gonna have shit, right? And they're flipping it online to sell a profit, and that's the big issue, is the supply and demand, right? Do I think this is ruining the game? Absolutely not. Now, can you not find Genesis Impact in your Walmart? Most likely not. Can you go to your local card shop and see them sitting on 25 boxes? Definitely, right? So if you want some Genesis Impact packs, you could go there and get some, right? If you want some, Blazing Vortex, you could go get some from your card store, right? Although core sets are dwindling down a little bit. I know card stores aren't getting as much main sets nowadays, but just because of what's happening, and they want to be able to, have their store open for when we get like, locals back, all that. But the issue here, though, is more of the practice, right? These people are going to, people are going to come, they're going to want to buy some packs, and they're going to get discouraged that they don't have their favorite Yu-Gi-Oh set in, or, they don't have anything they can even buy just to open for fun. Like, listen, I don't really care if I get a Blazing Vortex pack at my Walmart, but maybe I just want to open up 2-3 packs for fun. I don't want to go somewhere. I'm just there shopping or with my, fiance or with some friends, and I feel like having a little bit of fun, spending a couple bucks. And I can't do that, right? It's upsetting and disappointing, sure, but for me, it's not going to deter me from the game at all. Will it for other people? People who are trying to get back in is where I think the big issue is. Now, if you're playing casually and you see no cards at your Walmart, and you decide to quit because of that, chances are you're probably going to quit anyway. I'm just going to be straight up brutally honest with you here. The issue is people who want to get into the game or get back in the game are going to go. They're not going to find these cards, right? They're like, oh, maybe I'll go to a card shop, and they might just forget or not go, and then they're not back in the game, essentially, right? Small decisions can actually lead people from going back into the game and just staying away forever, right? Especially with people who don't have the biggest incentive to come back, or they just might want to do it for fun or in the heat of the moment, per se. So what I would probably do to like solve this issue, and I don't know why stores aren't doing it, is I would probably limit it to like 5 a person. Now, I know a lot of people are like, oh, 2 packs per person. Dude, some people want to buy 4 or 5, right? Some people even want to buy 10, right? 5 packs, that's good enough, right? Scalpers aren't going to scalp for 5 packs, right? They're going to want to scalp for more. This stops the scalping problem, and it lets people buy some packs every day, right? It's not a big deal. Along with, supply is going to come back eventually. When COVID stops and we all relax, we're going to get a bunch of supply back. So I wouldn't be too worried about, getting used to seeing your Walmarts not have any Yu-Gi-Oh product. You can easily just wait a little while, and eventually the supply is going to regain, and these scalpers don't last forever, right? The free stimulus money doesn't last forever. They're eventually going to be like, I'm not getting as much money or profit on this anymore. I'm going to move to something else, or they'll get bored or something in between. It's not going to be as profitable, right? Because I already know scalpers are struggling to make a good, decent amount of product for the now. Some of them like to hold this product for like a month or 2, but at that point, I just find that ridiculous. You could easily just went to a damn card shop, got a sealed box. Selling a sealed box is easier than selling a sealed Walmart pack, right? If you have like, I'd rather have 4 sealed boxes than 100 Walmart packs to sell, mind you, right? Sealed. Now, right, it's way better. So the odds, roughly, I've noticed, are better at like Walmarts and Targets to like pull secrets. And I think there's videos talking about that, but that's a digression for another day. For the whole scalping issue, what I really think is it's just going to pass. It's a bad time, but I'm not going to say, oh, this is ruining the game. No, it's not going to ruin the damn game. You can still play the game. You can still grab singles, right? You can still get sealed product, right? It's more inconvenient now, right? But this is all just temporary. So I won't make it a big deal. It's going to come back eventually. I just want to reassure a lot of people. I think that people are blowing this a little bit out of proportion, per se. I also think that stores are not handling it too well. Now, I do know that the fight, right? People fighting over cards, all that, and people are like, oh, someone pulled a gun. Very quickly, I'm not going to go fully detail in that story, but it was for self-defense. So I'm cool with that guy fully, right? If you use the Second Amendment to protect yourself, by all means, go ahead. I mean, actually protect yourself from harm, not just pull it out because you want a fucking Pokemon card, right? That's absolutely ridiculous. But with that being said here, it does suck, but we'll get through it. So like usual, leave a like if you guys enjoyed, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.